Greetings, dear Virgos. With you, I am your tarot reader, Angelica. Today is the second reading for February 2025. The readings on the Tarot and Life channel are general. Your forecast for February 2025, you can view it both by your zodiac sign and by your ascendant. You can calculate your ascendant yourself on the internet. It's very easy to do. By the way, the ascendant is much more important. There may not be events, but this, of course, is individual. You need to watch, you need to observe and understand how the forecasts work better for you. Well, let's get started. So, let's move confidently into February 2025. And to move confidently, check your forecast for the first half of 2025. Link above. So February 2025. Let's see what awaits you in February. In terms of important events, as always, we look at 3 important events. The first, the second important event, and the third important event for you in February 2025. Next, with another deck, we'll see what awaits you in your professional activities in February. What your income will be. And we'll also look at what awaits you in February 2025 in your personal life, in relationships, how your relationships will develop. Also with this deck, we'll see what you should pay attention to in terms of health. And with this same deck, advice from the card for you for February 2025. So let's begin. I can't pick up the cards, so I will be flipping them over this way because I can't manage to pick up the card. The first important event is the 7 of Swords. So how should I proceed? This is the small little mishap that happened this time. So I have to go about it in these ways to flip the cards over. So, all right, I'm ready. Everything is visible, everything is fine. So the first important event is the 7 of Swords. The second important event is in the center, and as a rule, this card is central, and it can be said that this is literally your central theme for February. And thirdly, an important event is the 4 of Cups. Let's start in order. The 7 of Swords card, as you can see, speaks of theft, plagiarism, deceit, some manipulations against you. This card may indicate a trap that you will be drawn into, that such a thing exists. There is a danger that you will fall for the bait of some bad person, dishonest, so to speak, in terms of behavior, in terms of their actions. Therefore, this is a card of cheating, a card of cunning, deceit. And this is a card when actions are taken against you that contradict rules and laws, and it will be very important for you, accordingly, to be very clever, very cunning and prudent in February according to this card. And of course, to rely on the quickness of your thinking, because it may happen that you will receive some very tempting offers, but behind these tempting offers, there will be something that poses a danger to you. You may also be manipulated, tempted by something, or provoked in some way. This card can manifest as your adventurous mood in February, but remember that with this card, you don't need any adventures because all adventures will lead you to unpleasant situations. Also, refuse all sorts of enticing offers this month because everything that is offered to you will require critical evaluation. This card can also indicate some complicated situations that may arise in your personal life, work, or other matters. As I mentioned, this is a card of deception and fraud, and accordingly, you may be used for someone else's purposes in February 2025. Well, more precisely, it's not just that you may be used, but people will try to use you because the 7 of Swords in a way works both ways. You may be used for someone else's purposes, but you can anticipate these situations and avoid them. Such provocations and temptations and being used in some unpleasant situations for you. That is, it's not definite that you will necessarily be drawn into some kind of trap. No, not at all. You can create confusion with the Seven of Swords. You can devise some clever tricks and avoid various unpleasant situations. Just remember that February is not the month for you to take risks. This should be a complete taboo for you. And I would even recommend writing a note for yourself, placing it in a visible spot, reminding you not to take risks, not to succumb to any manipulations, because all of this could end in a loss for you. But also, according to the Seven of Swords, it might simply be that, valuable things are stolen, or your data is used, for example, in some unsavory activities. Or they might try to extract some information regarding your bank cards. This should not be done under any circumstances. You are smart, you know that you don't give anything to anyone. No CVV code, no card information, and so on, no passwords. Also, pay attention here. The Seven of Swords can manifest as someone stealing your idea or, for example, stealing some of your developments. So don't let anyone use your computer. Don't give anyone flash drives, and don't leave valuable information on the table, because all of this is fraught with deception against you, theft, and various kinds of setups. Also here I would recommend giving as little information about yourself as possible, because this card is also considered the card of espionage and secret information gathering. Well, first and foremost, undoubtedly this information will be gathered specifically about you. Therefore, more silence, a more critical view of everything that is happening, and less give information about yourself. And of course, with the Seven of Swords, you need to be very evasive. You need to act with cunning and in every possible way, using evasiveness and cunning to avoid various unpleasant questions for you. One of the important events in February, it's the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. This is a card that suggests that in February you will seem to be diving into yourself. Something will greatly upset and disappoint you. Perhaps you will be very disappointed in someone because you know how to see through this person who is plotting something against you here. Therefore, this card indicates that you are focusing on yourself, on your feelings, on your inner world. And you are slipping into some kind of melancholy anxiety, or perhaps disappointment or boredom. Maybe in February it feels like nothing significant is happening, and the people who seemed so decent to you turned out to be quite different. And also there might be a card here that suggests there are no particular pleasures in February for you. And this card can also indicate an emotional stagnation, where there is no desire to do anything. In general, there is no desire to rise up, to play, to entertain oneself. There is none of that. There is this kind of immersion in oneself and solitary reflection. However, it's important to understand that the Four of Cups is a card that suggests there is an opportunity that can change the situation. Even though it may seem stagnant, uninteresting, like an emotional swamp, there is an opportunity here, and this opportunity needs to be seen and taken advantage of. And with the Four of Cups, it's quite difficult to do. So the opportunities that arise here, you are most likely going to ignore. And most likely you will delve more and more into yourself and your thoughts. However, note that the central card is the Ten of Cups. This card indicates that your loved ones, your family, perhaps your parents, or you as parents, will be close to your children. And according to the Ten of Cups, this is exactly where the most important events will happen for you. Here is the celebration of life here, and some entertainment, support, help, pleasure, and satisfaction from how well everything is going with your loved ones. This means you can always come and share any events, receive advice, support, and so on. And this will be very important for you, so you need to look for your resource in February precisely within your family, close to your loved ones. I also want to say that there can be many scenarios for these three important events. For example, you might feel longing because you are far from your family, from your loved ones, and you dream of seeing them soon, either by going to them or having them come to you. And in this case, the Seven of Swords is a card that suggests you need to gather certain information that is of interest to you. You are putting in a lot of effort to come up with some clever plan to reunite and see your family and loved ones. Perhaps some circumstances are preventing you from doing this, and you find yourself in such introspection, dreaming about how you will meet and how everything will be wonderful. There might be other scenarios as well, but I want to tell you that specifically with the Ten of Cups, this card is extremely positive. It indicates that firstly, something will be fulfilled. Some of your Secondly, for those in a relationship, it can play out wonderfully. The card speaks of family celebrations, engagements, meeting your partner's parents, marriages for love, and weddings. So this card is very good. It gives you incredible opportunities. And also there might be something that will bring you great joy, but mainly all events will still be related to your family and family matters. Let's move on. Next is professional activity. Oh, here we have the Five of Swords and finances. The major arcana star. Look, I think that the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords will play out most likely specifically in work. The Five of Swords, is a card when very deceitful. Attempts are made to harm another person. It's a blow to the gut, a very unexpected action from someone you trusted, who might have even been your friend. And here they betray you. Robbed, stole an idea, set you up, deceived, ruined your files, lost your important files, or something like that. Well, in general, the Five of Swords in February, for you this is a card of utmost caution. Use all your intellect to avoid various intrigues, setups, conflicts, scandals, and others, some unpleasant actions against you. Here, I also want to show you the bottom of the deck. The one that is involved in professional activities, it's the Arcana Star Strength. And strength indicates that you will endure everything, you can handle everything. Why? Because strength is a card of victory, and you have the strength to withstand any troubles, any actions against you. You will endure everything, and with strength, you will also achieve victory. Because this card always indicates victory, it suggests that by going through some trials, showing patience, demonstrating your strength of will, strength of conviction, strength of intellect, you will achieve victory. But this does not negate the fact that you still need to be as cautious and prudent as possible here, especially in terms of professional activities. I also want to say that another indication that you will succeed is thanks to your mind, your intellect, that you are not losing anything financially. That is, if there is some kind of setup against you, some intrigues against you, then undoubtedly it would also affect your finances. Well, let's say some kind of reprimand, a salary reduction or something else, but the Star Arcana indicates that everything will be fine financially. Moreover, your efforts, your endeavors, they will be rewarded. And this is another card, like the Ten of Cups, two cards that indicate that some of your wishes will come true in February. And the Star also suggests that you will be doing a lot in February. And this will benefit you in the future as well. That is, you will continue to receive stable profits, possibly even a promotion, or some brilliant opportunities will open up for you. Or let's say if you dream of changing jobs, then again, brilliant opportunities will arise. Change jobs, or let's say you dream of getting a salary increase, then indeed, according to the Star card, all of this can become not just dreams, but reality. Overall, the Star card indicates that there is financial balance and you can calmly address any financial issues. In general, there is prosperity here, so there is no need to block anything. Next, let's see what awaits you. In your personal life regarding the Three of Pentacles, I want to tell you that the Three of Pentacles, it's a very good card. Firstly, it's a card of practicality. And so even in relationships, this practicality and the desire for everything to be very good will be maintained. And for this, you will put in maximum effort. I also want to show you that at the bottom of the deck, there is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a card of love, a card of inspiration, a card of renewed feelings, reconciliation. So according to the Three of Pentacles, there will most likely be some very pleasant surprises. Perhaps some of you are already preparing surprises of some kind. These will be romantic surprises that will indeed delight you. Also, the Three of Pentacles, for those who are in a couple, who are in a relationship, indicates that you will be engaged in some joint activities. And the Ten of Cups suggests that you are occupied with family matters, household tasks, and possibly preparing for some kind of celebration. In general, it can be said that you are creating something together in your relationship, and overall you have a constructive approach to your relationship. Everything is stable, everything is wonderful. You are moving together towards achieving your common goals, realizing your plans, and there is mutual understanding and support in your relationship. Well, for those who are not in a relationship, the card indicates that a Knight of Cups is already rushing towards you, bringing you love. And again, these will be productive relationships, and the development of your relationship towards stability. Let's see what you should pay attention to. In terms of health in February, the Nine of Cups is a card of contentment. I would also say various kinds of pleasures. And take note, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups are cards that suggest there might be some celebrations. And undoubtedly, celebrations are very good. And when the Knight of Cups appears at the bottom of the deck, this card indicates that many might have some very important celebrations in February, as I mentioned, such as an engagement, a wedding, or a marriage ceremony. Well, these celebrations, of course, are good, but they might lead to you gaining a few extra pounds because the card can indicate a hangover or an overdose of something. In other words, a lot of pleasure, but also various excesses, which are not good. In essence, the card speaks of gluttony and self-indulgence, which, as you understand, affects your physical body. And despite the fact that the Nine of Cups is a card of physical health, a card of optimism and cheerfulness, meaning your health allows you to eat a lot, and, for example, drink a lot of alcoholic beverages, still, you shouldn't overdo it. Because anything excessive is not good for health. So in this regard, restrain yourself. And the card indicates that overeating and self-indulgence will have a negative impact on you. On the positive side, maintain a healthy lifestyle. Overall, it's a card of good health. As I said, there's nothing, that would upset you. You won't feel anything like that in February. But a diet wouldn't hurt. So next, advice. Advice for you, the Emperor. Here you go, the Emperor, which is very good. It plays out for the Nine of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. This is a card of control. Yes, in fact, it also relates to the Four of Swords. So with the Emperor, you need to control your lifestyle, your sleep and rest schedule, your diet. And most importantly, you need to control everything related to your work. And not let anything take its course in order to avoid some very serious mistakes. Therefore, the advice for you is to stand up for your own interests and, of course, the interests of your relatives and loved ones, your family. Become the Emperor in both the literal and figurative sense of the word. And do everything very responsibly, consistently, and thoroughly. This is the forecast for you, dear Virgos, for February 2025. And follow the channels Terra and Life. Grateful to have you. I sincerely thank you for watching, subscribing, your likes, and comments. We will see each other tomorrow on this channel Terra and Life. Hugs to you and goodbye.